I'm personally sick and tired of the bad press that coats get in the winter. I'm tired of the narrative that a good outfit is ruined by a coat. It's honestly blasphemous to me at this point. So I decided to hire myself as the PR crisis manager for coats and to show you how a coat actually makes, not breaks, an outfit, and to find the balance between fashion and function when making a coat choice. Hello, my name is Marinika. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be discussing coats. Arguably one of my favorite items of clothing to buy, apart from shoes. I just feel like you can get so much variety, so much diversity within a coat. A coat can tell a really good story. So let's get into it. On the one hand, in the winter, you have a lot to play with. You have a lot of layers of clothing, so you can really start to build a very dynamic outfit. But at the end of the day, when you're walking around, the coat is the first thing and arguably the most important thing that people see. And this is your chance to really make it your own. Add your own spin, add your taste, add your personality to it, instead of just thinking about it purely from a function standpoint, so you can actually have a bit more fun with the purchase. Now, of course, function is very important and you have to keep warm. And the most important way to do that is by paying attention to the fabric composition of your coat. In a world where we have high consumption and brands are really trying to cut every corner to make the clothing that we buy, we're just lost in a sea of polyester. You're scrolling online, you find a piece, it's like the perfect color, the perfect cut, but then you look at the fabric label and it's like 50% polyester, 30% acetate, 10% elastane, and then only 10% wool. And it's like, how did we get here? That's actually false advertising, like, not interested. And the truth is, polyester is less warm than naturally occurring fibers, such as wool, down, cashmere, fleece, for example. So opting for more natural fibers when buying a coat means that you hit the function side of a coat purchase and you don't really have to think about that. So I tend to look for like 50% up natural fiber. 100% is obviously the ultimate, but they do tend to be pricey. But thank God for the power of secondhand shopping, because you can find so many good pieces for like a fraction of the price. Once you have the function side of things down, you can really start to have fun with the fashion. When it comes to fashion, the three most important things to look out for are the texture of the coat, the silhouette of the coat, and then the color or pattern of the coat. With texture, you can either go like classic wool, or you could go like faux fur, real fur if it's secondhand, or you could go like tweed, you can go suede. Like, there's so many different ways you can go about it. With silhouette, you can go more oversized, you can have something that's a bit more slimline tailored, you can have something that's shorter, for example, or even something with an exaggerated neckline. Like, I love playing with a neckline when it comes to a coat. And then with color, I mean, you can go really, really bright with like an electric red, or you could go more muted with like a khaki green. There's so many variations that you can get with a coat, and here are some of my favorite ones. Now, I personally love a classic wool coat. I feel like you can never go wrong. It's such a chic way to finish off an outfit and really brings back that classic, like, traditional feel. But because it's so classic and traditional, I love to juxtapose it with like a very oversized silhouette. I feel like the oversized boxy feel really juxtaposes the classic chic and sleek feel of a wool coat and make it a lot more interesting. Now, on the one hand, I do love an oversized coat, but I love a more cinched, body hugging, like slimline coat as well. I feel like it's on the other end of the spectrum where you can start to add in a bit more of like a feminine, sexy element, even though you're wearing a coat that's like a big hefty layer on top of your clothing. So opting for one with more of a cinched waist, for example, or it's just like more slimline and closer fitting to the body is really, really, really sexy in the winter. Now, of course, a fur coat is one of the ones that I love. I feel like fur is just always glamorous. You can literally be wearing a sweatpants set and trainers, but you put on a fur coat and all of a sudden it's like, who is she? Where is she going? What's her story? Like, the fur coat just brings the vibe. Fur coats are also great because you can get difference in the texture of the fur. So I love a more like shaggy textured, like 70s type of vibe with a fur coat. Or I love one that's printed. Like an animal print one hits both on texture and pattern, so you get a 2-for-1 with that one. And I also love a like shorter, more cropped fur compared to like a long line fur, because it feels more wearable for every day, but then you still get that very obvious sense of glamour. Lastly, I love a funnel neck coat. I feel like this is a perfect function fashion baby because the funnel neck keeps your neck warm, but also it's so avant-garde that it just makes you look extremely fashionable. I also feel like a funnel neck coat always has an interesting button detail, and I love a good button. So like, it's always a win for me. Because I'm such a giver, and I'm here to serve, I found a few coat options that I think you guys should run, not walk, to buy. All of these are secondhand because the composition of the coats is just 10 times better than anything that you buy now. You don't tend to find as many like polyester, and you can get them for like good prices. Starting off extremely strong with this coat. I love the puffy sleeves. I love the long length. I also really adore the one button detail to close it up. It looks really chic and very sleek, but also has a bit of personality because of the puffy sleeve and small details like that one button. Like, I love a classic coat with a twist, and this does just that. Next up is this vintage cashmere coat. It's like a bitter chocolate with like a purplish tinge. It's such a good color. Then the collar of the coat, the like asymmetric different sizes of each side. Chef's kiss, 10 out of 10. Now this Anna Suica, when I saw it, I actually had to like stop for a second. I have chronic fear of color, but I feel like someone that doesn't really needs to get this coat because it really has everything that you could be looking for. Starting off with the fire engine red color. I mean, like there's no way you're walking down the street and everyone isn't envious of the coat that you're wearing. The fur collar is such a great addition because it adds a bit more texture, but also the embroidered detail with the flowers, perfection. This is a coat that's going to keep you warm, but at the same time keep you extremely fashionable. And that's exactly what we're looking for. Now this coat is like a navy blue dark purple, and I fell in love, one, with the buttons. I'm a huge button girl. The semi-funnel neck also spoke to me. And I also like this like semi-leather looking piping that's going throughout the coat. It just spoke to me in ways I actually couldn't even believe. It's so gorgeously made. I love the pockets in the front. And again, this is a coat that you wear that seems simple at first glance, but it's these tiny details that make 10 times the difference. And it's like, oh, okay. Like she knows what she's doing. Like she's got the eye. That's what this coat speaks to me. I hope this video has shed a bit more light on how to look at coats and details to look out for when buying your coat so that you can make them a bit more interesting and a bit more you. I'll speak to you in my next video. Bye!